Welcome! This is what is happening on the Sun today, the 23rd of May 2011. 53 years ago today, Explorer 1 ceased its transmissions. Explorer 1 was the first United States satellite. But do you remember what it discovered? The answer will be given at the end. Solar activity has remained very low for the last 24 hours. We've lost region 1214 over the west limb. There is a small region developing between 1214 and 1216, but is not yet numbered. Region 1216 is a large spot, but has developed a few new trailing spots, so that may be regrowing. Region 1218 remains a very simple, small region. The newly numbered region in the north, region 1220, has actually been growing relatively rapidly, but still is a small group of spots. There may be something developing near Sun Center, but only time will tell what that is. And region 1219 is a single small spot. Let's see if we can make sense of all this lack of activity by looking at the SDO HMI data and seeing the development of these regions. First, the white light movie shows the development of the new region 1220 in the northwest, but otherwise you can see the regions are relatively unimpressive. Similarly, in the magnetic movie, the regions are still very large, very diffuse and very weak, which is not a good omen for increased levels of activity. Let's see if that's borne out by the data from the GOES X-ray sensor. It is clear that there have been no major events in the last 48 hours, but the X-ray background has started to rise. That's probably due to the new regions that are forming. Next we turn to the AIA instrument on SDO to see what's been going on in the X-ray corona. And apart from the normal variability of the individual regions, not a great deal is going on. Perhaps we'll have better luck with filament eruptions, and indeed we do. When we look at the helium-304 image, we can see that a filament is lifted off near this centre in the northeast. There, did you see it? So let's see if that produced a coronal mass ejection. To do that, we go to the chronographs on SOHO. First the LASCO C2 and then the LASCO C3, and in neither of them do we see a coronal mass ejection. But we have to be very careful, because the ending time of these data is 2 hours GMT, which is before this event occurred. The data is just not available as yet. But we do have data from the stereo spacecraft. I'm going to choose stereo B for this case, which puts the Earth on the right, and you can see that there's a coronal mass ejection on the earthward side of the disk. However, it is relatively small and narrow and at high latitude, so it's unlikely it's going to impact the Earth. So we would expect from the ACE data there's not very much change from yesterday, and indeed that is the case. The only real change is that the solar wind density has dropped somewhat. From the NOAA satellites we see that the auroral zone is quite quiet, and that the KP index has been varying between 0 and 2. So in summary then, the sunspot number is at 47, the X-ray background has increased to the B1 level, radio sun is at 85 solar flux units, the solar wind speed is at 420 km per second, but at a density that is less than 1 proton per cubic centimetre, and the KP index remains quiet. My forecast remains the same as it has for the last couple of days, with a very low chance of getting any sort of flaring activity until we either get new regions or until we get rapid growth in some of the existing regions. The sunspot number therefore will remain low. CMEs is still possible, but the chance of getting a major geomagnetic storm are remote. In the longer term, there are no major new regions due over the east limb for several days, so unless we get new regions, the prospects of increased activity are rather dim. This is my 100th video on YouTube, so thank you all for your support and encouragement, much appreciated. If you want more details about what's going on in the Sun, follow some of the links in the description box below. If you want to see earlier editions of the Sun Today, or my videos on global warming, please go to my channel, they're all listed there. There's some very good NASA and NOAA websites that you should follow, and spaceweather.com has a nice current summary of what's going on. The answer to the question I posed earlier is that Explorer 1 discovered the Van Allen radiation belts. That is energetic particles from the Sun trapped in the Earth's magnetic field. So that's it for today. Keep safe. Bye for now.